Hello, I'm Ryan Clark.
And I'm Justin Link, and we're from Chronosapien Interactive in Orlando, Florida, showing our RealSense App Challenge submission, The Risen. In The Risen, you play as the Skeleton Lord who uses the power of evil to summon skeletons and command them to defeat holy knights. The first thing you will notice about The Risen that makes it unique is that you are in the game.
There you are. I've not seen such an ugly skeleton lord in over 10,000 years.
We accomplish this by using the RealSense user segmentation feature, which cuts a user out of a video feed without the need for green screen. This is an important feature for us because what we really want with the game is to make the player feel like they're a part of the world. In fact, all of our usage of RealSense features stems from this. One of the main abilities the player has in the game is conjuring evil. Evil power is used to perform actions in the world, including summoning skeletons, and can be conjured by making an angry face. RealSense's emotion detection feature was actually the inspiration for The Risen. When designing our app for the challenge, we really wanted to be able to take advantage of a feature that was so unique and cool, and we thought that having the game respond to your implied emotion was something that had never been done before. From that, we embellished the idea of anger you show in your face and turned it into evil, creating the premise for the game. What good is a skeleton lord without skeletons? To further immerse the player into their role as an evil overlord, we give them the ability to summon skeletons with their hands using a custom raise gesture. When the player has enough evil power conjured, they can summon skeletons to fight for them. Of course, skeletons aren't usually just hanging around, and so to build your army you'll have to borrow them from fallen knights. Through the summoning process, most of the cognitive abilities of the creature are lost, and so the player will need to command their actions using voice commands. Again, using this feature is part of making the player feel like they're a part of the world and it is responding to them. However, because the player's environment isn't always best suited for voice recognition, arrow keys can be used instead. While skeletons do most of the legwork in the game, they can't do everything themselves. To help them, the player has the ability to reach into the world with their hands and interact with objects. Currently, the player can open doors and collect souls from fallen knights. Something we've learned from working with RealSense and other natural user interfaces is that more than ever, user interaction feedback is vital. It helps players to know when the system has recognized their input and also teaches them what they can do in the game, helping to alleviate the potential frustration of using a system without any haptic feedback. In The Risen, we spent a lot of time on the user interface, which tells the user when their head and hands are detected, when speech is detected, and when commands are recognized. The objective of the game is to escape a castle with your skeletons and defeat all knights in your path as you progress from room to room. The challenge of the game lies in managing your skeleton's actions while making sure you keep refilling your supply of undead from enemy knights you defeat. One thing I think we're personally really proud of is that through the use of user segmentation, hand tracking, voice recognition, and emotion detection, you really forget that you're using a gesture camera and you start to interact with the game as if it were a world right in front of you. The feeling is hard to describe and the line you cross is somewhat unclear, but interacting with an application naturally without the abstraction of button clicks or mouse movements is a totally unique and memorable experience. Thanks for watching the video. We hope you really enjoy playing the game, but don't try and take your new evil powers into the real world. They're only half as effective there.